You know how people say it's something in the water? There is some truth to a lot of that. You should pick up this book called Population Control by Jim Mars. Get that book. Read that one. In that book, there's a section in there. Each section of that book, they talking about like marijuana. They talking about the water. They talking about food. They talking about the jabby jabs. Get that book. It's called Population Control by Jim Mars. In this book, he breaks down. There are doctors that use chemicals in the FDA, in the CDC. They have chemical trials. But check it out. The trials to test these chemicals and whatnot, the testing is done by the unknowing population. They don't even know that they the ones that's the guinea pigs that getting tested on. Peace and love to all the Muslims, all the Asiatics out there, man. All you Moors out there, fam, it's about our time to really start turning up now on that knowledge. Turning up, getting active, and stop being passive. It's about time right now to really tee up now and get involved. Fam, the book, Population Control, look, G. That's a chemical called cyanocrylate. You ever heard of that? It's such a devastating chemical to the human body. Cyanocrylate. Look that up. It's an industrial super adhesive bonding substance. Cyanocrylate. This is the same chemical that they're using on women to get those crazy eyelashes on y'all faces, to make it stay on y'all face longer. Cyanocrylate. That's one of the major chemicals that's in them products. Why is it so hazardous? Why is it so dangerous? Because cyanocrylate not only will cause permanent blindness, but it can also cause your skin to deteriorate. And y'all women are deliberately putting cyanocrylate on your eyelashes. You putting that on your faces. What do you think that's doing to your chemistry of your body? When you're putting an adhesive, cyanocrylate, on your skin. Skin is the biggest organ on our bodies, our skin. You putting a chemical cyanocrylate on your eyeballs, damn near, because you putting them on your eyelashes. Because you want to get that look, that little look on your face, that fluffy eyelash look. But I got to tell y'all women out there, cyanocrylate is an industrial super adhesive. It can cause you to go blind. If that chemical gets into your eyes, you could be permanently blind. Cyanocrylate, that's the name of it. That's one of the major chemicals that they put into the long eyelashes that these women be wearing on their faces. This shit can cause you to go blind. And whole time, not only does it can cause you to go blind, but it can also cause variations in your psychological thinking. So when they say that expression is something in the water, it is something in the water. The food ain't the same as it used to be. You can't eat everything and you will be like, I used to eat that back in the day. Yeah, you used to eat that back in the day. But fam, that ain't the same recipe that they had back in the day that they serving out here today. Do y'all realize they're conducting chemical experiments and the guinea pigs for the experiment are the unknowing population? This is the wild part. To top it off, what the eyelashes was originally used for is crazy. Yeah. The eyelashes was originally used for drag queens and prostitutes. That was the original use for those long eyelashes that you see modern women out here, they focusing on getting they beauty on, they getting their glam on, but they don't realize the origins of them long dumbass lashes used to be to catch when somebody bust on your face. To keep it all the way blunt with you, to keep it all the way 100 with you, them long dumbass eyelashes that y'all looking to wear, they used to catch when somebody bust on your face. Do you even know that though? That those long dumbass eyelashes was to catch that? Do you know where the origin of them long dumbass spider leg eyelashes even came from? That's where they came from. It was that type of eyelashes, the wigs, those type of things was for prostitutes and drag queens and corpses. That's where that came from. That's the origin of that. To keep it all the way 100 with you. But you got people out here and you wonder why it seems like some people is just like for real, like out of their minds. They don't understand the origin of these chemicals that's out here in society. They don't understand that the food industry is different than it used to be back in the day. Because if you go overseas and you get some food from over there, it don't have the same chemicals over there that it has over here in the so-called states. It's totally different food. If you ever traveled or you speak to people or got family that do travel, just ask them. The last time they went out to so-called country and they went to somewhere like France or they went somewhere else overseas. It's a totally different eating experience. They don't have the same food ingredients that they serve over here. And then you wonder why people over here is insane. The food that they use to eat, the drinks that people drinking, look, this right here, man. This right here is wild right here. You got literature that's written on these type of topics. But the majority of people are not interested in these type of topics. They only interested in the football game, the baseball game, the basketball game, the soccer game. That's all they care about. All they care about is sports. They don't care about nothing else. But they the people that scream. They the people that scream the loudest when something bogus go on with our people. They be the ones that screaming the loudest. It ain't no justice out here. But when somebody be like, hey, you should read the Constitution. You should check that out. Man, fuck that. I ain't reading the Constitution. What the Constitution gonna do for me? What? Yeah. What the Constitution gonna do for you? Fam, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The supreme law. So if you're not interested in the supreme law of the land, why are you complaining about anything as far as justice in this land? You don't care about it, but you complaining about it. That's the thing that get me about humanity. The supreme law of the land, it's a book you could get called U.S. Constitution, Fascinating Facts. It costs like $3.95, cheaper than the Tray File, right? You show somebody that book, I say about 90% don't even care. But they scream the loudest when something bogus go on. As far as the police, the court system, injustice, they the ones that be complaining the most. But when you want to get them some place to look at to get some fascinating facts, they don't care about it. They just dismiss that like, what I need that for? How you question, man? How do you ever expect to get justice if you don't even know how the justice system works? How? How? Let me know. How do you ever expect to get justice if you have no idea how the justice system operates? The three branches of government operate. How do the 10 Bill of Rights operate? How you ever gonna have checks and balances if you could care less about checks and balances? Noble Drew Ali the Prophet told us to return to our constitutional fold of government. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So if you are uninterested in that, what are you complaining for? Make it make sense. Why are you complaining if you uninterested in anything that got something to do with law? But you know about Kamala Harris though. You know about her. But do you know about her? Hey, do you know about her? You know about putting them dumbass eyelashes on. Yeah, you know about putting them on. You dudes out there, you know about simping and tricking off. You know about that shit. For the record, man, it's a lot of stand-up dudes out here. It's a lot of stand-up women that's out here. But for the ones that's like in between and you wondering which way should you go? You hearing a lot of stuff. You hearing a lot of narratives out here. Go to the law. You know what our people don't go to? Our people do not go into the subject that we get the most injustice in. We don't go to a law book. We don't look up anything that got anything to do with justice. 90-something percentile does not go into that subject at all. But complain the loudest, though, about injustice. It's wild how we can see it clear as day that we don't get justice out here. But that subject, it's like kryptonite. Hey, fam, go invest in a little law dictionary or something. Go pick one of them up. Man, I don't want that. That ain't gonna do nothing. What you mean it ain't gonna do nothing? What you mean? Why wouldn't it do nothing? That's what it's in place for. So, again, it's something in the water. It literally is something in the water. It's something in the food. It's something in the hair weave. You know what's wild though to me? One of the things that's wild to me is with all these chemicals that's out here in everything. They used to lock people up for selling cannabis. But now they selling the cannabis in dispensaries. I mean, ain't nobody like looking at that. They used to lock people up. I'm talking about throw them behind the wall for selling cannabis. Now they selling it in a dispensary? What? How do that work? Shout out to El Salvador. You see what we repping? You see what we repping? Hey, look, let me show y'all something though. Look, let me see if y'all can see it. Hold up. Let me see if y'all can see it. Look. This is why we're Moorish. This is one of the reasons why we Moorish Americans, right? This is just one of the reasons. Because the proof is in the pudding. Did y'all know that on the El Salvadorian flag, which I'm repping right now. I'm repping it right now. Let me see if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, look right here. Okay, so if I was to turn it this way, right? The top of the pyramid is right here. Okay, it's right there. Now, that little red little thing right there, I know it's hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more. Okay, this is the El Salvador flag right here for the Republic. That little red little liberty cap right there, that right there, that's a fez. That's a fez on the El Salvador flag in the pyramid. So you got a pyramid with the El Salvadorian on the El Salvadorian flag. Come on, fam. Come on. But I'm supposed to go by what somebody telling me that we not Moorish Americans. Question. Why is there a Moorish fez on an El Salvador flag? Why is it there? If we're not Moorish Americans, and then why would a Moorish ancient and modern headdress be on the El Salvador national flag? Why would it be there? You feel me? Why would it be there? Why would it be there? Why? So for all y'all out there that's saying, we're not Moorish Americans, we so-called black people, we so-called African Americans. Why is a Moorish flag that's ancient and modern, why is it on the El Salvador national flag? Why is it there inside of a pyramid? Why is it there? We not Moorish Americans though. So explain to me why on the Nicaragua flag you also have a liberty cap. Can you explain that? So just to do a quick little side note about people that just are in total insanity, just total delusion, totally outside of their righteous mind. Why is there a Moorish flag? Hold on. Let me get it all the way where it's supposed to be. Why is there a Moorish fez on the Haitian national flag? Ooh. Why is there a Moorish fez on the Haitian national flag, the El Salvador national flag, the Nicaragua national flag? Why is there a Moorish fez on those three flags if we're not Moorish American? Isn't El Salvador? Isn't that in America? Isn't Haiti? Ain't that in America? Isn't Nicaragua? Ain't that part of the Americas too? This is one of the reasons. See, once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee it right now. Because now you like, wait a minute, hold up. You trying to tell me that the Moorish fez is on the El Salvador flag and on the Haitian flag and it's on the Nicaragua flag? Yes, it is. It is, Morris. It is, though. It is. It's right here on the flag I'm wearing right now. That's why we rep Moorish American, because Moorish Americans are the Aboriginal, indigenous people of the planet. So we say Moorish no different than somebody says Irish or British or Polish, etc. Ish means all encompassing. So when you say Moorish, you talking about the Americas. You talking about North, Central, South America, and all of the islands. So it don't matter if you from Jamaica. It don't matter if you from Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba. It don't matter if you from Trinidad. It don't matter if you from any other islands, Guyana. It don't matter. You could be from Venezuela. You could be from St. Vincent. You could be from Turks and Caicos. You could be from the Bahamas, Barbados. You could be from Hawaii. All of those that I'm mentioning right now are Moorish Americans. You feel me? Guess what ain't got no flag though? That our people just, because of the chemicals, it's the chemical St. Martin in the house. Islam. Because of the chemicals, people just can't see it. They can't see the veil that's in front of their eyeballs. Only thing they could go with is a crayon color that they don't even match the color. Ha! let's just all use God-given common sense right now. Let's just all use God-given common sense. You got more on here right now. He breeds all kinds of dogs, right? All kinds of dogs. I just want to show y'all something real quick. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. Did you know that even animals have nationalities? Let's take, for instance, dogs. The British Bulldog, the German Shepherd, the Alaskan Husky, the French Poodle, the what you say? It looked like a Chihuahua. The Chihuahua got a nationality. The Chole dog has a nationality. The French Bulldog. I mean, we talking about dogs, fam. When you go to a breeder that breeds dogs, you can't just go into that breeder and say, "Hey, I want to get a black dog, or I want to get a white dog that got spots. That's the kind of dog I want to get." The breeder is gonna look at you like your ass is insane. Hey man, they finna look at you like, what? Hey man, look, I'm not here to play no games with you. What kind of dog do you want, man? You need to go research the kind of dog breed you looking for and come back. All right, go look up the dog that you looking for. A Great Dane. Do you know that Great Danes? Do you know the breeding line of the Cane Corso? How would it look if you go to a kennel? You go in there and say, but you going in there thinking you know something, right? Thinking you talking cash money shit. You go in the kennel and you like, hey, let me get the biggest black dog that you got up in here. They not even gonna know how to even answer your question. Like first thing they gonna say is, what kind of pedigree are you looking for? What pedigree? Exactly, a Tibetan Mastiff. You see? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And then if you was to go in there real aggressive and arrogant, and you like, hey, let me get the biggest white dog that you got in here. Let me get the biggest brown dog that you got in here. They're not gonna understand. Like that, they're gonna say, well, do you want a boxer? Do you want a what are those? The golden retriever? Like, what kind of brown dog are we speaking about? Like, they're gonna tell you gotta be more specific than just you going to a dog kennel and you say, hey, let me get a brown dog, let me get a black dog, let me get a white dog. They're gonna need you to be more specific than saying that shit. You're gonna have to give a breed, a pedigree. You're gonna have to give a bloodline. So ain't that wild though? Think about it now. Like, even dogs got nationalities. Even dogs, they got them. Cats got them. We just talking about dogs right now. Dogs and cats got nationalities. The Doberman got a nationality. And did you know that exactly a Rottweiler, like what Moore said in R.I.P. to the Moore Lennox. Remember Lennox and Belly? Y'all remember Lennox and Belly, right? He like Rottweiler. Get Rottweiler. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Lennox, man. Yes, sir. Rottweilers, they got pedigrees and bloodlines. But ain't it interesting that human beings can't see this? They can't put it together. Dogs have nationalities. Dogs. Like the Dogon. It's a breed down there in South America. The Dogons get odd like Rockwilder. Shout out to all y'all out there that know belly. You see what I'm saying? Ain't it fascinating how human beings, we supposed to be the most advanced, intelligent creatures on this planet, but we can't put that together. Right, you got the Argentine dogs out there. The Dogon, the Dogons. It's interesting though. It's real fascinating how human beings that's over here in the Dogos, Dogo Argentines, that human beings are supposed to be the most civilized creatures on this planet, but they can't seem to put together in North America how even dogs have nationalities. They think like this is a belief thing. But if you look at nature and you look at dogs, they got nationalities. How does that work? How does that work? How do cats have nationalities? Dogs have nationalities. But you don't think that human beings are supposed to have nationalities? You can't go to a dog kennel and say, "Hey, let me get that brown dog over there." Like, what? Let me get that black dog, that big black dog over there. What? Like, what you? That's exactly a Siberian Husky. Another bloodline of a dog. Look, man. We are the most intelligent creatures on this planet. We are. But when it comes to looking at ourselves through the lens of principles, standards, free national, it's a disconnect. And we know because of the continuous brainwashing, we know this. But once you know this, you're supposed to do better. You're not supposed to say, "Well, I know that, but I'm just going to go with the status quo because the majority of the people, they don't know, but so I got to meet them where they at." That's BS. What you mean you got to meet them where they at? You don't want to bring them up to where they should be? What you mean you need to meet them where they at because that's where they at? Nah, if you know what we supposed to be, then you should put energy into elevating them to where they should be, not where they at. It just makes sense. The shit makes sense, so it don't make sense. I know one thing though. You calling yourself a crayon color that you don't match, that shit makes no sense. None. What's up, famo? I mean, that makes no sense. Let's just leave it straight there. Identifying as a crayon color that you don't match is insane. That's like one of the first indicators of insanity. You out here calling yourself a crayon color that you don't match. And then whole time you calling European hybrids, you calling them a crayon color that they don't match. That's insanity. But then you say, "I know who I am. You can't tell me who I am." Do you really know who you are? Like, for real. All jokes aside, do you really know who you are if you calling yourself a crayon color that you don't match? And you calling European hybrids a crayon color that they don't match? They more pink than white. You more mahogany, brown, copper complexion, swarthy complexion than black. And then people will say this. They'll say, "Well, I need to meet them where they at so they can know where I'm coming from. Because if I start talking like we Moors and we got a nationality, that's going to turn people away and that's going to turn people off." Okay, let me get this straight. So you know fully in your mind that you not a black person. And you know fully in your mind that a human being can't be a black person or a white person. But you saying you gonna agree to lie along with the people who don't know to meet them where they at. But in that same process, you gonna elevate them where they supposed to be. Get the fuck out of here, man. That shit is insanity. So you gonna go with colorism when you know it's a lie, just to say I need to meet them where they at, because if I talk that Moorish talk, that nationality talk, it's gonna go over their head and they ain't gonna get where I'm coming from. So calling yourself a crayon color that you don't match, you think that's gonna get somebody to see? Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't serve two masters. You can't serve two masters. You know what I'm saying? Once you know, then you pose a show. You pose a growth and development. That's what we call it out here in Iraq. Growth and development. That's what we call it. Growth and development. Something else that's interesting with these chemicals and whatnot that's out here, right? Is it in the water? Is it in the air? Yeah, it's in the water. It's in the air. It's in the food. The chemicals for depopulation, they in the water. The chemicals, they're in the air. They're everywhere. But at the same time, though, the knowledge is everywhere. So you can't just say, it's the chemicals in the food. It's the chemicals in the water, in the air. Yeah, we know that. We know that they out here trying to do population control, for sure. We know that. But if dogs got nationalities and we smarter than dogs, then why wouldn't you want to show that, though? I mean, come on. Sunday out there, Islam, boy. Hey, we smarter than dogs, right? Don't that show, like my brother Sunday ought to be talking about this shit all the time. He be like, are you smarter than the 5th grader? Hey, if you smarter than a 5th grader, are you smarter than a dog? Because a dog got a nationality. So we know that the General Board of Education, we know that they done a dumbing down job on us. We know this. We know this. But once you know better, you supposed to do better. You supposed to be better. Dogs got nationalities. Why you ain't got one? You don't call your dog. I'm talking about somebody that like love their dog. You don't call your dog, like, you know the breed, you know the pedigree of your dog. Like, I'm talking about somebody that knows dogs. You don't just call your dog a dog. Like, you know the breed it is. You know the pedigree it is, the bloodline, unless you just want to deal with a mutt. If you want to just deal with a mutt, then, well, you just don't care about the dog like that. Maybe you don't care about the dog. It's just a dog to you. But either way, that dog is still come from something. It has an origin from somewhere, someplace. The Siberian Husky, it has a origin. It ain't just a dog. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just saying, man. We know that the chemicals is out here, but fam, you can't just blame the chemicals that's out here. We know the chemicals are in the water. We know the chemicals in the food. We know that there's poison chemicals in the air. We know that. We know that. But that we also can agree, whatever you at right now, you can still agree that knowledge is available to everybody. It ain't like it's hidden somewhere. But you talking about, I'm gonna vote for Kamala. I'm gonna vote for Bush. I'm gonna vote for Trump. I'm gonna vote for Obama. ask you a question right here. You say you're gonna vote for them. Yeah. ¿Qué pasó, man? Está bien, man. Trabajando? What's up? What's up? Let me ask y'all a question. That was one of my Mexican brothers right there. We all peoples, fam. They know. On the quick side note though. Wait, hold on. Let me spit that out. Let me spit that out though. Do you know that in the law book it says what a president is? A president is the chief executive officer of a corporation. Its general board members, their concerns are the only thing that the president of the U.S. corporation is involved with. It's not we the people. The Lele Lenape, we the people, does not have a concern with the sitting so-called corporate president. They don't have our concerns as the Lele Lenape, we the people. They don't have our concerns on their board. So it's not going to hit their desk. When they be like, yeah, just get it before me. And when it hits my desk, then I'm going to change something. They just capping. They capping, fam. They know they not going to change nothing because they not in business to change nothing. They're in business to use humanity, specifically so-called black people, because we have the highest population. Contrary to the Census Bureau, so-called black people have the highest population because we are the first people that people this land, North America, Central, South America, and all of the islands. Contrary to the Census Bureau, we have the highest population. So we're the majority. So why would you call yourself a minority? Come on, man. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. What kind of blood clot shit is that, though? That's crazy. We got the highest population, but we out here calling ourselves, I'm not, but you got people out here calling themselves a minority, but you the one with the highest population. And minority in law means someone with the mind of an infant. You have an unsound mind. That's a minority in law. Oh, but again, once you throw that law word out, people they start, getting in there what they feel and they start tweaking. They start tweaking and they start talking that, I don't care about all that. It's what I believe in. Whatever, man. All right, whatever. They start going into them glitches. And they start glitching up and they start having these malfunctions and start tweaking like, I'm gonna go to what I believe in. Start tweaking this shit. On God, Moors. On God, man. Like my yachties be saying, man, that's blood clot business. That's blood clot business. Dogs got nationalities. Cats got nationalities. All wildlife got nationalities. But you trying to tell me that you don't? How don't you got one? How, Sway? How do a Great Dane got a nationality and you don't? How does a Mexican Chihuahua have a nationality but you don't? Yo. How does cats have nationalities and you don't? What time is it? 3:43. It's about that time, man. Chemicals in the water, the air, the food is causing a lot of people. Exactly. We ain't talking about the crocodiles, the American alligators. We ain't talking about that yet. Then you say, what's a race? What's What's a race? What's race? American bulldogs, English bulldogs, French bulldogs. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying. You said y'all on Alabama time? Nah, we on Chicago time. That's what time we on. Chicago. The Rack. That's what time we on. We on Chicago time. Ain't no other time. Actually, it is. It's nationality time. That's what time it is. That's what time it is. It's nationality time. Yeah, but we on Rack time right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. South side. East side crazy. Up north, out west with it. Yeah, we on that Rack shit. But you know, what can you do? All you could do is do your best. That's all you could do. Do your best. You got people out here talking about I'm gonna vote for the democracy. Democracy ain't even mentioned one time in the Constitution. Shout out to Rochester. Like, did you hear that? The word democracy ain't mentioned one time in the whole Constitution. One time. You know what else ain't in the Constitution? Licenses ain't in the Constitution. We the people paying taxes ain't in the Constitution. Did you know that? Congress is supposed to levy taxes out. Not the U.S. corporation. And again, you got people that only care about simping, tricking off. They only care. You got people that only care about doing the pirouette 360 on their timeline, making a video. All they doing is showing their body off. That's all you want to do. You want to do a pirouette 360, show your body off. You want to trick off. You want to simp. You want to get OnlyFans. You want to get them spider legs on your eyes, calling them eyelashes. Whole time, the chemical that's in that damn super adhesive can cause your ass to go blind. You want to wear that goof ass shit. But okay. And then you wonder why people out here is chemically imbalanced because of the food. I'm going to go to McDonald's and get a 2 for $5. 2 for $5. We talking about the worst of the worst. I'm finna go to Wendy's and get me a what? That's what you finna do? They didn't turn people out so bad, man. People is like, they have lost touch with their righteous mind. You know that the food from these majority of these fast food places that got big chains, you know it's toxic, but you want to eat it anyway. And then you wonder why children are dying of cancer. You wonder why all these just unexpected, never heard of type diseases are infecting people at younger and younger and younger ages. It's the food, it's in the air, it's in the drink, it's in the water, it's everywhere. But so is knowledge though. Knowledge is everywhere. But are you actively seeking the knowledge to do anything to change something? That's what Noble Drew Ali was talking about. He was talking about he want active Moors, not passive Moors. A lot of people just talking. They don't walk it. They don't really walk it like that. They don't walk it. They don't really walk it like that. They just talk it. They ain't walking it. I'm still trying to figure out how people call themselves a crayon color that they don't even match. And then they call European hybrids a crayon color that they don't match. I'm still trying to figure out that kind of psychosis, because it is a mental illness. You got people out here that call people a crayon color that they don't match. My t-shirt is white. You call people white. That's crazy. They don't even match the color white. You better off calling them pink or something. But you call them white though. Not even realizing what comes with the definition of white in law ain't got nothing to do with what you think it got something to do. White means purity. It means the ruler of the land. The ruler of the land, or the rulers of the land, identified themselves as white people because it's a status. It's the highest status on the planet to be identified as a white person. This is why Caucasian hybrids, this is why they walk around and people mistake it for supremacy. White means God. White means ruler of the land. White means pure. This is why pale-skinned Europeans, this is why they walk around what they know, a lot of them, not all of them, because a lot of them know the truth. So not all of them walk around like that. But once you start knowing, you supposed to be the living example of the knowledge that you know. White ain't got nothing to do with somebody's skin tone or their skin complexion. White is a status on the land, the planet Earth. So when you call yourself a white person, you have to be worthy of that title. You have to be worthy. You have to be a noble to hold that white status. That's not something that you just play around with. Like the word love. You don't supposed to just play around with the word love. You got to earn that. It's like you got to earn respect. How can somebody respect you or love you if they calling you out your name? They calling you a black person, a person of color. Just let that one marinate. How can somebody say, I love my people, but they calling them something derogatory? That's tough. That's tough there. You love your people, but you at the same time calling them a derogatory name. You calling them black. You calling them Hispanic. You calling them a Latino. How you love them and you calling them out their name? We supposed to call ourselves who we are. And again, look. This is the El Salvador flag. That little red little speck right there. That little red speck right there, that's called a liberty cap. That's a ancient and modern Moorish fez. So the question would be, why is this Moorish ancient and modern headdress on the El Salvador national flag, on the Haitian national flag, on the Nicaragua national flag? Why is this same fez, Moorish fez, why is it on their flags if we not Moorish American? Okay. I'm just saying. Can't nobody, how somebody gonna love you and they calling you something derogatory? Black is derogatory. To call somebody a racial slur is derogatory. When somebody call you black or more, that's derogatory, because black is an adjective. More is the proper noun. Somebody put a question up there. You say, why is the rainbow in the pyramid? Good question. Because we, as ancient Moors, primordial, we used to deal with the 7 sciences. We used to deal with the spectrums of light. So the prism, the pyramid prism, or prism itself, when the light hits the prism, it creates the rainbow. So black and white are not what you would say colors. Black and white they're not natural colors in a rainbow. You don't see black and white in the light from natural sunlight. You don't see that. They're not, black and white are not even part of the spectrum of colors. You see? But when you look at the sunshine and then you see like, well, all of the colors are dealing with light workers and light beings. But when you look at the 7 chakras of the body, going from that crown chakra all the way down beyond the root chakra, when you looking at the 7 chakras of the body, you're looking and dealing with light. This is what Moorish science, this is one of the philosophies and the aspects of Moorish science. This is what you're dealing with. This is why Moorish science is loosely known as the science of the universe. Because it's dealing with the science of all. It's dealing with Islamism, the science of all. It's dealing with Islam. It's dealing with Christianity. It's dealing with the Tao, the yin and yang. It's dealing with the Buddha. It's dealing with all of those sciences. Those are the philosophies and the science of the universe. But again, if you got people that's uninterested in these type of conversations, they just gonna be out here just willy-nilly talking, shooting the shit about nothing. About nothing. You can't talk to me unless you Zelle me. You can't take me out on a date unless you pay for everything. You can't, if you want to scare a man away, then talk about giving me some money. What? I just threw a post up on my page about that goof ass shit. And the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said he was going to make the European tell the truth. So the video that I just threw up on my page, it's a Moor chick, but she in the mindset of black though. Yeah, you see it. She's in the mindset of black.